The coronavirus outbreak continues to spread through the White House and the Pentagon.
One of the president's top aides has tested positive, and so has a top military leader. CBS 2's Jessica Layton here now with the story. Jessica.
Maurice and Christine, several senior military leaders are in quarantine tonight after coming into contact with the vice commandant of the Coast Guard. He tested positive for COVID-19 after a large event at the end of September. Now included in this quarantine, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Mark Milley, and the cluster within the White House continues to grow. Wearing head-to-toe protective gear, members of the cleaning staff have been disinfecting rooms in the White House. 2 more press aides and top aide Stephen Miller tested positive for coronavirus. And there's a new memo out about protocols, including significantly reduced staff, which must now wear full PPE. White House doctors say the president is reporting no symptoms, but CBS News chief medical correspondent Dr. John LaPook warns second-week symptoms are often worse.
When you suddenly get inflammation, this inflammatory phase, and that's where people can really very quickly go south. We have to assume that the president still is contagious, that he's shedding virus.
During his first full day home from the hospital, the president took to social media and compared coronavirus to the flu. Twitter flagged it as spreading misleading and potentially harmful information. And President Trump continued to face backlash for his recorded statement Monday night.
Don't let it dominate you. Don't be afraid of it.
Broadway actor Nick Cordero died of COVID 3 months ago. His widow with a tearful message on Instagram.
We saw what this disease can do, so guess what? We are afraid. We are. Have some empathy. Why are you bragging?
It is a disgrace. A disgrace.
And Stacy Berliner of Montville, New Jersey, nearly lost her husband Cliff to COVID.
He was in the hospital for 89 days, on a ventilator 76 days. And the fact that the president makes light of this is horrific.
It's an insult.
Late Tuesday afternoon, President Trump announced he was ending negotiations for a new stimulus package with Democrats, saying immediately after I win, we will pass a major stimulus bill. Stocks plummeted. Here's House Speaker Nancy Pelosi.
It's most unfortunate, and we will have a stimulus bill, and he won't win the election, so we don't have to wait for that.
Campaigning in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, Democratic presidential candidate Joe Biden made no mention of the president in his speech, but he did talk about the dangers of coronavirus.
It affects us all. It will take anyone's life. It's a virus. It's not a political weapon.
Now, as for tomorrow's vice presidential debate, the plan was to put up plexiglass to protect the candidates and the moderator. But Vice President Mike Pence objected to the barrier, and he will be allowed to participate without it. Maurice and Christine.
Hey, Jessica, thank you.